everyone, this is Boricua Binks and welcome back to Let's Play Ace Attorney Investigations 2, Prosecutor's Path, where we are continuing on in the second case of the game, the Imprisoned Turnabout. Alright, when the body was found.
So it was you guys. You were the ones who found my secret tunnel. Took me ages to dig that. The day the body was found was the day I had planned to escape. I was in disguise. Then Rocky followed after me. And he was all covered in mud. I panicked and returned to my cell. Damn, if only you guys hadn't shown up. If only Knightley hadn't died.
You say you dug the tunnel. What did you use to dig it?
Oh, that. Just hammers and spoons, stuff like that.
How'd you get your hands on hammers, Maybe the supplier.
I bought them from the supplier, but it was all for nothing.
No need to lose your temper. There's always next time. On the day of the incident, it's possible that Elbird met Knightley while he was alive. I'll have to listen to his testimony carefully. Alright, let's do some pressing.
You shut up! What's with that hold it, punk?
You say you dug...
What's it to you? You know how long it took me to dig that?
Would you please let me get out one sentence?
I had to beg supply for those tools day after day I slaved away. Give me back my hard work. Give it back, you son of a...
I can't get a word in edgewise. Edgewise,
You can't just go around discovering people's holes.
Phrasing. Sir, please. He's salty, so I don't know if he'll be able to break through yet. So you dug that hole alone?
You're damn right I did.
Could a tunnel like that really be dug by one person? Wow, such a wasted effort.
Kid like you wouldn't understand. Never rely on others. Never let others see you. Those are the rules we live by in here.
Well, as a great thief, I kinda see where you're coming from.
Okay, don't agree with him.
No, I was just joking.
Daddy Edge was like, no, okay, no. Well, I wasn't. Damn, why'd it come to this?
Sucks, man. Alright, the day the body was found. Got some information now. Did you obtain the guard's uniform from the supplier too?
Yeah, that's right. Seems he got it by threatening the guard. The guy went and stole it from someone's locker.
So when you went through the tunnel, you were...
excuse me. What was that?
You were already dressed like a guard.
No, to ensure that the clothes wouldn't get stained with mud, I carried them with me. Once I got out of the hole and changed clothes, getting out the cell doors was simple. And that's when Rocky ran up and jumped on me.
That must be the moment the security camera captured. I see. Could you add that to your testimony?
Okay. Once I got out of the hole and changed clothes, getting out the cell doors was simple.
Getting out the cell door was simple, you say?
Yeah, compared to going through the tunnel, it was very simple.
You inhabit prison, yet you seem to know the layout of the detention center quite well. Oh, that was a interesting animation there of him, like, getting hit.
What's so wrong about that? Sure, I've been to the detention center too.
In that case, he should have known about it from the start. When Knightley was in his cell, the door would have been locked, which means there was one piece of evidence Elbird needed to escape.
There we go. Okay, then Rocky followed after him, but he was all covered in mud. Let me at least press this one before I continue with what I know we have to present.
You didn't consider just making a run for it?
I would have if I could, but the mud would have given me away. And it's not like I'd get another chance like this. So I had to proceed with caution.
Yet he was exposed by his own bird. It's possible that Elbird met Knightley before he died. I should listen to his testimony carefully and review the evidence.
Okay. Alright, let's go back. This one. For you to get out of there, you would have had to use this.
You say it was simple getting through the cell door.
Yeah, that's right. You got a problem with that?
Even though you managed to arrive at Knightley's cell, opening the door wasn't so simple. How did you intend to unlock the cell door? J. Elbird, you had the key to Knightley's cell.
Ugh, I ain't got nothing like that. That's it, it was open. It was already unlocked when I got there.
Indeed, the cell was vacant after Knightley's death, which is why, at the time we conducted our investigation, it was unlocked. Your successful escape attempt occurred after Knightley's death, so the door would have been open. However, you had tried to escape once before then.
The plan was foiled thanks to Rocky. The video shows it.
Yes, that was during the animal show, before Knightley's death was known. And the cell door was locked, because no one knew he was dead. Without the key to Knightley's cell, your escape would have been impossible.
Ugh. Ugh.
That means it can't be. It's exactly what you think. In the case of the stolen key, the culprit is J. Elbird. You were the one who attacked the guard, weren't you?
Oh, there he is.
The guard, and Knightley too, in order to steal the cell key.
It wasn't me. I don't know any Knightley.
After stealing the key, you returned to your cell as a precautionary measure. Then you waited for a time when the prison would be mostly vacant. That was just before Knightley's death became known. In other words, during the animal show. But in the end, the plan was foiled thanks to Rocky.
Hold it. Don't screw with me. You don't have evidence, I'll still win by decision. Besides, it was that Knightley guy who attacked the guard, right?
I think not. Regarding the theft of the keys, Knightley was the victim. This proves Knightley was the victim who was attacked in his cell.
He said he had been attacked. Where's the proof of that? What's this? Autopsy. Is it gonna mention, like... Where is it? Murder weapon. Roll call. Is it in here? Can't be. What am I missing? Where does it say? Small bruises on his head. Maybe that's what it is, right?
Small bruises on his head. I think that makes sense to me. Because I can't think of anything else. Oh, darn, I was wrong. Does this really prove it? Of course. If you say so, then I get the feeling he was definitely the victim. Prosecutor Edgeworth, this evidence proves nothing. Huh? Really? I knew that. No, you didn't. No! It's not easy to fool Judge Courtney. Okay, what am I have to remember the state of... Oh, of his cell. Oh, I got it. I thought of his body. Okay, makes sense. To show what happened between these two. As I thought. You don't have proof, do you? Shut up. Okay. Yeah, I just wasn't thinking of the blood. Yeah. Because... it belonged to Knightley. Oh, that's it. Got it. Why was I thinking of his body rather than the cell? In Knightley's cell, there were traces of his blood which had been wiped away. I believe this is more than enough proof Knightley was attacked in his cell. You attacked those two people and stole the key, didn't you?
Yeah!
Saw Rocky's face, he was mad.
Damn! I never thought you'd find the bloodstain I wiped away with the newspaper.
Why would you go through all the trouble of wiping the bloodstain?
In the hands of Knightley and the guard, there were obvious signs of a scuffle, you know? If the bloodstains were uncovered, they'd find out there was another attacker. And if anyone looked around the bed, the tunnel I dug could be discovered.
So you were trying to buy more time for your escape attempt. But I'm afraid to say your plan still ended in failure. Now then, hand over the keys to Knightley's cell.
Yeah! Damn it!
Oh! It's so weird how he got phantom punches. You know, he got beat up. My words are my weapons. And Rocky abandoned him too.
No way. How could an amateur like you knock me out? Here, you got the keys right here.
Alright, on the day before the body was found, guard was attacked and the key was taken by Elbird. Hold it. If you have that key, then that means... That's right, Judge Courtney. You reasoned that Knightley stole the key and used it to leave his cell. From there, he entered Mr. Key's cage and was moved to the workroom. However, the very foundation of that hypothesis has collapsed. Ah! Oh! I see. In that case, there was only one person who could have moved Knightley. The criminal must have been someone who knew about the secret tunnel.
Hey, what are you suggesting?
J. Elbird, you're under arrest, pal.
Wait, I didn't do nothing. Sure, I knocked out those two guys, then I stole the keys. And after that, I waited for the perfect time to enter that guy's cell. But the cell was empty then. There was no dead body either. And also, how could I have gotten into the workroom? I couldn't even leave my own cell, right?
It's true, you only had the key to Knightley's cell. But there's also Dorian's dog.
What?
It'd be possible for the dog to carry the body from the cell to the workroom.
I see, so you're saying there was an accomplice?
The crime would have been possible if Elbird and Dorian were working together. It's perfectly plausible. Somehow Elbird managed to carry Knightley's body to his own cell.
And then the dog must have carried it to the workroom.
Yes, because all the animals can move freely in the prison. But that's not the case for the path between the detention center and the prison. The only one who could use that route was you, J. Elbird.
Hold it! What if there was another route that you didn't know about?
Huh, there couldn't have been. The tunnel is a straight path, is it not?
Yeah, seems like it. I didn't have enough time to dig any more than I did. I only dug halfway up the corridor.
Wait, halfway?
What? You mean to say that you didn't dig the entire tunnel?
When I got to that cell, the tunnel was already there.
Oh?
There was a tunnel linking my cell to the well.
Oh.
Looking down the well from the courtyard, there's no mistaking it. They've always been connected. I'll just continue the tunnel with my digging.
Damn, that's still a lot of digging. What was that hoe doing there in the first place?
Who knows? Maybe another inmate dug it in an attempt to escape?
Or maybe the animals dug it. Maybe they wanted to drink from the well?
That's highly doubtful.
There's no water in that well anymore. It's all dried up. Wait a minute. That's it. For some reason, that well gave off a nice scent.
A nice scent.
I don't know what it was, but it smelled sweet like candy.
Yeah, they mentioned that before.
The scent. I believe we've come across it before.
You know the scent from... it was on his body.
Knightley's body was giving off a sweet candy-like scent. We used a police dog to track that scent, and that led us to discover the tunnel. By any chance, could this be the same scent as the well? Prosecutor Edward, I know what you're trying to say. And that the scent proved the body was carried down through the tunnel. Exactly, and... J. Elbird, you are the only one who could have used the tunnel. Thank you. Mr. Elbird, I am very grateful to you. At last the truth comes to light.
Uh-oh.
Mr. Elbird, wouldn't it be wise to confess now? To being an accomplice, I mean.
Oh, come on!
Don't tell me even you suspect me too.
Judge Courtney, it seems you and I have come to the same conclusion.
No, you haven't. She's still trying to go after Simon.
Not at all. Our thoughts on this matter are still quite different. Mr. Elbird was certainly an accomplice, but an accomplice to Horace Knightley.
Hold it!
What do you mean? Mr. Elbird did not move the body. He simply lent the victim his keys.
What?
It would seem Mr. Elbird did indeed strike Mr. Knightley on the head. However, Mr. Knightley was not knocked out. The two must have made a little negotiation.
Negotiation?
For Mr. Knightley's escape plan to work, he would have needed keys to his cell. So Mr. Elbird stole them from the guard. On the other hand, for Mr. Elbird to escape, he needed to get to Mr. Knightley's cell. But if Mr. Knightley had seen him and known, the plan would have gone down the drain. And so, they negotiated.
Hold it! I didn't negotiate nothing.
Oh, you still intend to deny it?
I see. So in other words, we're back where we started.
Mr. Elbird opened the cell door, and Mr. Knightley entered Mr. Keyes' cage. And then, he was moved into the prison.
By Simon, she's saying.
Of course, and then he was killed in the prison workroom.
Objection!
Weren't you listening? The scent on the body shows it must have been moved through the tunnel. Knightley was moved from the detention center through the tunnel. Please wait until someone is finished before speaking. I do not claim that he wasn't moved through the tunnel. What? You don't? The scent shows that the body was moved through the tunnel. However, that does not mean it came from the detention center.
What do you mean? That sure sounds like a contradiction to me.
Isn't there one more possibility? The well in the courtyard. It's possible the body was dropped down from there.
The courtyard? Ah! The well in the courtyard!
Mr. Keyes carried the cage not to the workroom, but to the courtyard. Mr. Knightley was killed in the courtyard, and his body was dropped down the well.
You didn't find any blood in the courtyard, come on.
And then, the body at the bottom of the well was moved by Mr. Dogan's dog. Now, there's one thing I'd like you all to remember. Before the body was discovered, what was happening in the courtyard?
The animal show. The animal show, right? Regina and Simon were there. Wait, Simon? Ah!
I see you understand. Who then dropped the body down the well?
Judge Courtney. She's a tough opponent. Her flexible way of thinking enables her to adapt and come up with her own deductions.
Mr. Knightley was not carried to the workroom, but to the courtyard, and Mr. Keyes was off stage for 15 minutes. This was when he dropped Mr. Knightley down the well. It's as simple as that.
Come on.
So stupid.
Like they wouldn't have made any sound for the whole people there to notice?
Judge Courtney, your reasoning is sound, I'll admit that. However, let's say the body was dropped down the well. That didn't have to be done during the show. It could have happened at a different time.
Unfortunately for you, Prosecutor Edward, that is not possible.
What?
When the show started, Mr. Elbird was in the tunnel, on his way to the cell block. Mr. Elbird, at that time, did you happen to see a body in the tunnel?
Nope, nothing like that.
Ugh. So, if the body had been dropped before the show, Mr. Elbird would have seen it. However, he has stated he did not see a body.
He also just stated he did not negotiate. So why is it you only take his word for half of what he's saying and then dismiss him for the other half, huh?
Frickin' makes me mad.
So it is impossible to think the body was dropped before the show. And after the show, the body was discovered in the workroom. In other words, the body being dropped on the well, and then moved to the workroom, could only have been done during the show. The only one who could have done it is Simon Keyes.
No!
Mr. Edgeworth, what should we do?
If the body was moved through the well, it does put Mr. Keyes at a major disadvantage.
However, the notion that the body was moved through the well is only a hypothesis. That doesn't mean there is evidence. Her mouth was moving before she spoke.
I am obligated to recognize that fact.
Will you allow me to investigate the courtyard once more?
I give my approval, in the name of the goddess of law. Investigating the courtyard. I fear this may be our final chance.
Oh,
Huh? What?
Fire!
Could be another prison break, pal.
Should we evacuate?
hold it. What was that?
Everyone, please remain calm. This is just the signal for the evening meal. It's a little loud, so I can understand why you'd be surprised.
It sure scared me.
I'm terribly sorry. And with that, everyone, please return to your posts. J. Elbird, it's also time for you to return to your room.
Ugh, but got it.
Let's go, Rocky.
Are you guys not gonna do anything to prevent him from going through that tunnel anymore?
Warden Roland, we will be proceeding to the courtyard for another investigation. Isn't it time for you to go home as well, Mr. Edgeworth? It looks like we're out of time. Why don't you continue this another time? But the investigation? Today's been a big day, right? With the escaped prisoner and all. So I'm afraid I can't let outsiders like you loiter around any longer. Ugh. This is my decision as the warden of this prison. Looks like it can't be helped. The warden's word can be called the law of the prison. Prosecutor Edgeworth, this means we will have to carry out our investigation another day.
You mean tomorrow?
Until then, you may hold on to your prosecutor's badge. And with that, I leave you. Now, I think it's time you all left. Well, it looks like we'll have to continue the investigation tomorrow.
I guess so.
Knightley's body was dropped down the well. It was carried to the workroom from Mr. Elbird's cell. This is Judge Courtney's logic, but is it correct? And Judge Courtney claims that Mr. Keyes transported him, but was Mr. Keyes really the only one with a chance to move him?
Mr. Edgeworth, let's do our best tomorrow. We have to save Simon, no matter what.
Indeed, I agree. I must prove Mr. Keyes' innocence without fail. Alright, that will be in the next episode. Okay, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you're enjoying this, and until next time, have a nice day. Bye!